responsibility of the Diocese of Vilnius.
Through St. Faustina, Jesus revealed his mercy to the world. We gather here to take it in, and the celebration that takes place this week is just the start. We're under the title of Building the City of Mercy, and that is building the relationships, building our relationship with the merciful God who wants to fill us with his mercy.
Hi, I'm Father Chris Aylar, the Provincial Superior of the Marian Fathers in the United States, Argentina, England, and Medjugorje. And being the community entrusted with spreading divine mercy, it's an honor to be here at the WACOM World Congress of Mercy. Divine mercy is the reason I am now a priest. I was a secular Catholic, not really practicing my faith, and ironically, it was the suicide of my grandmother that changed my life, because I'd always learned Catholic teaching on suicide was automatic lost soul. And when I learned that that is not true, that there are many circumstances, yes, a soul may still be lost, but there are so many psychological factors and state of the free will that when I learned God's mercy is greater than any sin, when I learned that God's mercy is so amazing that there's a chance for salvation for everyone, it changed my life. So I believe in many ways the Polish are a chosen people. Chosen people does not mean that you're favored by God. What it means is you're given a task by God. And Poland remained faithful during World War II at the hands of the Nazis. No country was persecuted. I lost a percentage of people like Poland did, but yet remained faithful to the Catholic teaching. And so I believe this was the reward God gave to Poland, was now a spark would come from this little nation and spread through the world. I also believe the Philippines, you mentioned the Philippines, I believe they are in a way a chosen people, because nobody suffered at the hands of the Japanese in World War II more than the Philippines, and yet they remained faithful.
I'm Lani Mistula from the Philippines in Cagayan de Oro City. Yeah, and I'm 56 years old. We came here for the World Apostolic Congress and Mercy because we want to deepen our knowledge about Divine Mercy. Divine Mercy because I almost feel like crying. Divine Mercy because I met a car accident with my husband going to our flag raising, because I was connected before with our city government in City Hall in Cagayan de Oro. And then suddenly I became unconscious. We met that accident about 7:25 in the morning, and I just noticed that I was already in the hospital at 2 p.m. That was the time that my husband, we were being put in one room, in a suite room, and then my husband told me that we met an accident. It's a state of shock because I don't know everything. I had this Divine Mercy image in our home, and there I told him how grateful I am because I once stopped praying to him. I don't believe anymore that he loved me, but because of that, he really touched my life. He can make me survive, but sitting in a wheelchair for a longer time. But nothing. It's just that 1 week in the hospital and no bone fracture, no need of operation in my brain. And he really touched my life, telling me how he loved me, that he made it thing to happen, but without that great injury. I never stopped praying to him. Every day in our parish, I went to church every day as early as 4:50 a.m. together with my devotion ministry group. We say the rosary, we say the chaplet, and all other devotions in our church. Then followed by our 6 a.m. Mass.
Yeah, so I've spoken in prisons all over the world, in Australia, in New Zealand, in Hong Kong, in China, all over Asia, all over America, South America, England, Europe. And to be honest, there's no greater joy in my heart than being invited into prisons. I just love the fact that I can maybe say to the prisoners, I've sat where you've sat, I've wanted what you've wanted, and I've got what you wanted, but it's empty, there's nothing there. But there's a greater message, a message of love, a message of mercy, and to really give them that mercy. So I love going in prisons. And also, when I want to leave, they let me out. Well, there was a time they never used to let me out. So I quite like walking out the door. There's always a great feeling in my heart. Yeah, one prison I went in, there was a chap who had been in there for 24 years. I didn't ask him what he had done, but probably he had killed a few people. And I gave him my book at the end of my talk. And 3 days after reading my book, he asked the priest to become a Catholic. And at last Pentecost, he was brought into the Catholic Church. So another school I went in, there was a 12-year-old boy called Stuart. And Stuart had been in foster care since he was 8. And he'd been very badly abused. And I got special permission for him to come to a retreat. And at the retreat, he went to confession. And he ended up having a miracle with Jesus in the Eucharist. And he's now 34, and he's my godson. And his son is my godson. And he does talks whenever I go into prisons or schools near him. And yeah, he's a great ambassador for God in the world.
Good morning, Jesus. Good morning, Mama. To start with, my motto as a bishop is Jesus, Mary, I trust in you. That is the key to my apostolate as a bishop. Jesus, Mary, I trust in you. So that is to show you my closeness to Jesus and Mama Mary. And that has influenced my life as a bishop. And I'm a bishop now for 20-something years. I was ordained a bishop in 1996, and this is 2026. Okay. I am a disciple of Jesus to promote divine mercy. So after the WACOM, the World Apostolic Congress, established by the Holy Father Pope John Paul II. The first one was in Rome, 2008. We had a meeting with the devotees that came from different parts of Africa, and we said it would be good for us to have our own coin of Africa, Madagascar, Congress on Mercy. Our chairman is from Rwanda, okay? And now he's working in Burkina Faso, a different place. He's a Palatine, he's religious. And I have two Reverend Fathers who belong to my congregation, Missionaries of Divine Mercy. They spoke to us. I have two Reverend Sisters who are my Reverend Sisters, Missionaries Sisters of St. Faustina. So I established it so that the Divine Mercy devotion will not die. They will now spread, and they're working in different places. And so we are bringing the good news of the Divine Mercy to people, whether you believe it or not. We're enjoying the same atmosphere.
name is Father Soane Malivao. I come from Wallis and Futuna Island, is a French territory. And I come with my group, 22 pilgrims. In 2019, I go to the other island, Tonga, and I meet the sister, and this is a sister, she told to me, and if I know divine mercy, I say no. And even I already prayed. I listen divine mercy. I know divine mercy, but I don't know the movement, this meeting. And she talked to me if I want to come to Samoa. And it's like I return, I go back to my island, and I call the people who want to go to Divine Mercy Congress. And today we have, I think, 50 people who pray, and we try to pray Divine Mercy and to have an experience of the faith. And when this conference, the people say no Divine Mercy, no Misericordia, if we don't experiment a suffering. And I think it's not hazard, it's not that the Divine Mercy is in Poland with Saint Faustin and Sanctuary of Misericordia. Yeah, so I know Poland, I know the Polish people, and I want to say thank you.
My name is Elia Yusuf. I come from the Holy Land, from a small town close to Nazareth. I'm about 24 years old, and I came on Sunday to the Congress of Divine Mercy to participate, to learn, and to grow wiser with the Lord. We're the Marian movement from the Holy Land. We're a small movement based on the apparitions of Mother Mary and Fatima in Lourdes, in Medjugorje now. And as she asked in Fatima to consecrate ourselves to her Immaculate Heart, that's what we did. That's why we are wearing this little robe, humble robe with white, with blue, with the icon of Mother Mary. So we're also the apostles of Divine Mercy in the Holy Land. We're not only consecrated ourselves to her Immaculate Heart, but also to the message of Divine Mercy of Saint Faustina and Beatified Michael Soboczko. The Divine Mercy touched me first about 2 years ago, almost 3 now. And because of one small prayer of the Chaplet of Divine Mercy, I'm now fully with God, and I came back to His way. Because of one small rosary of 5 minutes, the Chaplet of Divine Mercy, I grew stronger with God, I grew wiser, I grew with purity, in purity, and for Christ and Mother Mary. I live in a small house called the Divine Mercy House, where the community, our Marian movement, lives. We're about 150 members and about 600 families. So imagine a man and a woman married with their kids and also joining us in Christian with the Jews. Some are open-minded, yes, and some also are interested, but not interested in the Christian-like interest. They may be interested in the philosophical way, or maybe try to get to know a bit of faith, but not like normal people would like to get interested in and maybe ask to get closer to God. I do have Jewish friends, and I work with Jews as well, and they're quite nice. I like them. But it's a bit difficult to try to introduce them to the Divine Mercy message.
We have this.
We have this
hand
also,
in hand.
and
so we are strong by keeping prayer for each other. Though we are apart geographically, but in the heart,
Exactly.
in our prayers, we are one hand, one person, one strong region.
السلام عليك يا مريم يا ممتلئة نعمة الرب معك مباركة أنت في النساء ومباركة ثمرة بطنك يسوع يا قديسة مريم يا والدة الله صلي لأجلنا نحن الخطأ الآن وفي ساعة
Pustynia